In the early 1990s, I was visiting New Orleans and I had a pair of African percussion instruments. They were made of hammered steel, and um, you wear them like a ring. One ring on one finger of one hand, one ring on one finger of the other hand. And they had little like teardrop shapes of metal hanging down from them. A little bit like a primitive metallic version of castanets. The ring, another a ring part of it went on your thumb, and the teardrop part went on your middle finger, and you could clack them, but it wasn't like a wooden castanet's percussive sound. It was like a metallic one. I was riding the streetcar to the French Quarter, and I started playing the rhythm of the streetcar on the tracks with my Ododonpus. They're called Ododonpus. I was clacking along the same way that the car was on the tracks. And when it stopped at the French Quarter, I got out and I kept playing that rhythm. And I told myself, I'm going to walk down Bourbon Street playing the rhythm of the streetcars in the city with my Ododonpus until somebody comes out from one of those bars and asks me to sit in on percussion with their band. So I'm walking down Bourbon Street, still playing that streetcar rhythm, and people are taking notice because it's a very unusual instrument. And New Orleans is a pretty musical town. But yet even there, nobody seemed to have ever seen these before. So I was getting a lot of attention. People nodding to me, pointing to me, even dancing a little bit with me. A kid tap dancer was starting to tap to my rhythm, and I kept playing it the whole time until I got to Bourbon and St. Charles Street, and this guy comes running out of the bar with a washboard percussion instrument hanging on his neck, and he said, "What are those things?" And I said, "They're called Ododonpus." And he said, "Will you come in and show them to my band?" And it turned out to be a band called Mamou. I later found out they were a pretty famous band. And just like I had said I wanted to do, they invited me to sit in with them on stage and play the Ododonpus all night long. And we got people dancing in the streets, and it was beautiful and it was wild. And I don't know what happens at those moments, which are few and far between, where I get this vision that I'm gonna do this thing, and then it actually comes true like that. But I wish I could draw upon that medicine more often, because it was pretty amazing. And I had a great time. And then about a year later, when I was going back through New Orleans, I sat in with the same band again, and played my drum and different methods of percussion. And I wish I could teach the art of how to do that. But I think what it has to do with is when your creative impulse aligns with a greater creative impulse. It wasn't just me laying my intention over a passive universe to make something happen that nobody else wanted. It felt like I was tuning in to an energy, that there was a communal energy, a collaborative energy. And when your own visions and energies and choices tune in to the greater energies around you, then I think you can make something like that happen.